Hello. So much to talk about that I haven't got around to talk about. So yeah, there's been a lot of news going on. The first thing I'm going to bring up is that if you are in a game, to make sure you collect today's free giveaway. I've already done it on this account, but if you want to know what it is, it's you would just go to the Zen store, go to promotions, and of course it's not here for me. It might actually still be listed here, um, or maybe not. But there was four free ship slots, which if you're there it is right there. Um, if you're free to play, or even if you're not free to play, even if you already have a full um, ship slot, you'll still get you'll still get them. I'll show you what I mean. Actually, uh, let me pull something up real quick. Beep. Yeah, even if you already have full slots, like I have on my main account, even if you have full slots, you'll still get them. So always try to pick them up. You can bank them, trade them to another character, save them for whenever you have a character that you need extra ship slots for. Um, yeah, you can do that for anything at that point. But yeah, so don't forget it. And I'm actually pretty excited about four ship slots, just because. And this is what happens. So if you already have a character with full, with the 70 some ship slots already on the character, you'll get two um, additional starship slots that have two in them. So still a four total, and all you really need to do is just you can put them in your account bank and trade them over. But you go ahead and exit out of this account. But yeah, so that has happened. There is a sale going on, which I am going to take advantage of here. Uh, so I'm going to grab the Gamma Pack here in a little bit. Not right now, but here in a little bit. This is actually the pack that I've been looking forward to. And then the next thing I want to talk about is the anniversary ship. So there's been some information that's came out about the anniversary ship from the last 10 Ford. And give me a second here. Let me pull up some information here. I took a bunch of screenshots, but they're screenshots on another here. Pop that over there. Pop that over there. So the Rex pilot um, pilot escort. It's actually going to be a pretty good escort, and there's actually a few reasons why. So the one thing that you'll find when it comes to some ships, so there is a ship that you can get for being a lifetimer. It's the do I have it here, or do I have it banked? Oh, it's here. So this ship right here, which is this is the fleet version, but there's also a non-fleet version of this. and every the Lifetime has a ship for each faction, for Dominion, for Romulan, for Klingon, and for Federation. Matter of fact, the Federation one just got updated here not too long ago. No, it's fleet, like the Manticore here. Um, so like this one just got updated, but there's each one of them, and of these ships, everyone, each one of them has their own benefits and has negatives compared to it to make them different. And so, like the Federation one, I think has the most hull. The Romulan one and the Klingon one, they both have a cloak on them. But the Dominion one, the Geminar one, has the wingmates. And the only other ships that have wingmates are other Vanguard Dominion ships. And the wingmates are really good. It really pushes this ship of the other three to be better, just because the wingmates. It's just a huge burst of damage when you use them, and the fact that the Rex Pilot Escort has wingmates is huge. It's because the potential for the bonus damage that you can get from them is great. So I would honestly suggest that if you ever had a reason or wanted a reason to do the anniversary, this would be a reason why. Now I do have some concerns, because if the Battle of Wolf 359, if that's like a 10 to 15 minute 10 to 15 minute TFO, man, that is going to take so much time, and I have a fear it's going to be time gated, as some things are, because like even easy ones like Resistance of Starbase 1 and the Dominion one, Starbase 1, just both of them. They're really easy. The problem is that they're time gated. Another one is Swarm is really easy, but it's time gated. And I am kind of afraid that the Battle of Wolf 359 is going to be time gated. Also, if we take a comparison with the Battle of the Binary Stars, it is it's kind of time gated and kind of not. There are some things you need to do on that, which you can do. You can do if just everybody does it, and there's other stuff that is time gated on that. And because this is going to be very similar to the Battle of the Binary Stars, I have a fear that it's going to end up being a 15-minute TFO. Though there might be a possibility they changed it to where you needed only, or that you get only 1 point for the TFOs. Is that they may have changed it so that, it may be that the Battle of Wolf 359 is so fast that, or they're afraid that people are just gonna do it so fast that they are trying to extend out on how long players are online by making it so you have to collect two. That might be a possibility, but this ship, though, man, that's a beautiful ship. So I don't have. I shouldn't have closed down my other account. See, this account only have the Jarok. which came out a couple years ago. And this is a nice looking ship. I think the best of the previous trilogy of Alliance ships. Man, the Kittimer looks so nice. The Teamer though, I'd have to judge, like flip between the Kittimer or the Teamer. Kittimer Alliance Battlecruiser. This wiki page is not down. So, so this is a very pretty ship, but I mean, the Teamer Alliance Raider. But this one looks really good. So this one is a combination between Federation and the Klingons. That's the reason why you have the saucer and then the D7 body in the back. And then, man, I will say, so actually, so the new, I'm on the old STO wiki right now, but the new one has not been working for a while. Somebody DDoSed it. Don't know why you would, but you did. But I think the wikis, like all of the fandom wikis, have been really slow recently. And so, but this is the Teamer, which is a combination of the Romulan and Klingon, and you can see like the beauty of them all. You could tell this one looks like it's a combination between the two, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. I think this one looks gorgeous. But they did a really good job on this though. It's really funny too, because if you could think of a way on how to combine the Bug ship and the Defiant, this is a really good way to do it. And I like the wings, how it pushes the nacelles a little bit further away from the body, and I just really do like the way this looks. And I think this has changed a little bit from what actually got made, because here's the actual underbody of the new ship, which doesn't look exactly the same. I think this picture here looks a little bit thinner. Also, it looks like this portion right here is thicker than the concept. But yeah. So just the design is really good. The fact that it has wingmates is absolutely amazing. And hopefully you'll get a chance to see what I mean, because they're good. And the fact that they're just like copies of the original one. There is a one of the ships in the Gamma expansion pack, which is it this one? Yeah, the Raider, the Vanguard Heavy Raider. No, yeah. And so the wingmate for the Vanguards is this right here. And so when you're flying around with this, with a Vanguard, you're basically flying in formation with three of them. And it's really cool. So I have to imagine that's what it's going to kind of feel like with these wingmates. Now the stats on this, at least from this point of view, Actually, they actually had the actual real stats. They released that yesterday. We'll let that go ahead and pull up. So 5.2 is actually really good. Heavy tack, which is expected with an escort. The turn rate was really good. Yeah, turn rate was 16, which I think is on par with the. It didn't really give the true whole. They gave a modifier 1.1. Shields 1.2, which is actually pretty high for this, but shields in this game are kind of a second thought. Just because there's too many enemies that have the ability to just like completely remove shields, so that should never be the main thing that you want to look at when it comes to something. But it looks really good. It has a cloak, which means you can start combat cloaked. It's not a battle cloak, so unfortunately that's not a thing. It will have pilot maneuvers, which means you will have that where you can jump forward, roll to the right, roll to the left, or jump backwards. And then it has the escort mastery package. The one thing that people are talking about how they don't know how it's going to work is the experimental weapon. I personally think this is a really good weapon. So it's basically a beam array, a polaron beam array. Now, yes, the haste does require you to be moving on it, which for a lot of people who do DPS, you kind of just go to a spot, find the best, most efficient place to shoot at stuff, and then shoot at stuff. But there have been ships that I've made, which I've nicknamed flutterflies. Basically, you find the fastest, most agile raider or escort, and you just put beam arrays on it, and you just keep on moving. It's hilarious when you do a fire at will while turning on a dime with them, because there's just beams everywhere. And if you did something like that, I mean, that's something that you would want on it, because it's just basically another beam array. It would turn, even if you're just going off of this ship here, it would just basically turn it into a 5-3 with the extra, if you count this as a beam array. Now, is it a 1-to-1 for beam array? No, but it is something to think about. And there are some TFOs that you play that you really want, like a fast ship that has a fire at will on it. One being the Voth TFO that has you flying through a trench. Trying to remember what that one was. Dyson. Is it Storming the Spire? It can't be Storming the Spire. It is not Storming the Spire. Storming the Spire is we are flying outside of the spire. Space. The Breach. This is the one. Why is this not under Dyson? Because it gives you choice of marks? Okay. The Breach. The Breach, you really do want fire at will, because a lot of stuff is spread out that you want to kill along the way. So like a Flutterfly type ship there would actually be really good. And the funny thing is about the that beam array or this right here too is that this would be frontal damage in the front, the way experimental weapons work. And so technically, like if you were to put this on the Rex here, it would put 6 weapons in the front. So you'd have 6 frontals. But here's another shot of a ship. It's just a really pretty ship. Here's the console, which I'm actually kind of excited to get a hand on. This will be a really really good free to play console, especially if you just want the extra ships there. Seating's pretty good. I won't say pretty good. It's decent. I'd rather this tactical slot be universal, so you can have 7 total tactical slots. And then this will be better as a science. This lieutenant tactical. If this was science, this was a universal, and this was tactical, perfect. But it's not, and it's still doable. You still have 6 slots for your tactical. I would definitely probably put science here. This is way more engineering than you'll ever want to have, even if you're going for survivability. And then this is going to be a really good ship trait. Anytime you can get negative to damage resistance, will increase your damage because you're lowering down the resistances. Now, technically, you're going to have so much damage resistance negatives is because you're going to take so much resistance off. But this is really good. Especially, it really leans towards the... I really think this ship really does lean towards fire at will. Though cannon scatter volley does go with that. I don't know. It's this experimental weapon, which I have somewhere around here. It just really seems like it wants to be on a beam build. Though technically beams will not affect this at all. Hello, George Woolley. I'm sorry I had you covered, so I didn't see your hello to begin with. But thank you for saying hello. So yeah, these are some really good stats. The other ship that was announced, which I'm actually kind of if you ever watched one of my streams before or one of my videos, I am not a science guy. Never have been. It kind of goes back to when the game first came out, where the science characters were basically healers. That was their role in the game, and I've never removed that mentality of that class. They're not really healers anymore. Healing doesn't exist in the game. It's just never. They gave up on that idea a long time ago. But I still can't get away from science classes. But the Duderstat, and I'm a huge Bill Krause fan. I love all of his ships. On my main account, I have all the ships that have been released so far that he has had a hand in designing. And that's the Sagan, the Constitution 3, and there's one more. There's one more that he had a hand in that I have on my main account, and I've been actually really looking forward to this one. But unfortunately, it's a science ship, so I'll probably get it sooner or later. It's not a bad looking science ship when it's a 4-3, um, which means it's doable. Uh, it is a spearhead, so um, the way these are set up now, we need to have an actual stat block. Is because an actual official stat block is because I have questions about a lot of this stuff is because they at least with the seating was incorrect on it. They've already come out and said that this seating's incorrect, and I don't know if they're going to like flop these two, or this is going to be the tactical and the commander's the science. Well, the commander is the science. They have come out and said at least that, but um, but they haven't said anything else. So we actually do need an official stat block before we can determine anything about the way this ship is going to be. Though if they give it so universal, if these two stay universal, at least give some options on what you can do with the ship. Uh, there's enough forward weapons that you can do a decent um, uh, do psi ship, but really that's the only thing about it. I'm just really sad. It's a science ship. I would have preferred a heavy cruiser over this, though. Each of the other ships that released from the Bill Krause um, were all the heavy cruisers. So I'm not surprised that this is not a heavy cruiser. Um, but all the other stuff on this, I'm not really sure about. A lot of it. So the trait on here, I think, is a science trait. I don't know. I guess technically not a science trait. EPS. Well, EPS isn't used as much as it used to, though. It can be used. It's just not used as much as it used to. And if you listen to the DPS crowd, they don't know how this is going to work with anything on if it's going to be good or if it's going to be bad. Generally speaking, most people will start out with their power above 100, which is what the average power is, 100. So if you have a ability to keep your power above 100, you're losing out on your EPS flow. It's not a balanced switch. Like if you're below the average, then it's actually I think the average is actually 50. Well, that's the thing. They don't know what this means, below the average power setting. So because average power setting would be 50, if you think about it. So if you were to balance out your setting on your power, all of it would be 50. So a lot of this stuff we won't find out until the ship is released on how this is going to interact with anything. That's the console for the Deuterstat. A lot of pets in this one that were released, but not as excited about the Deuterstat as the way it's set up. I'll most likely get it. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of Bill Krause, so I look forward to his ships. It just might take me a little bit while longer before I invest in it. I'm not even close to getting the ship on my main account because I don't have enough EC. So maybe with it being a science ship, maybe it'll end up dropping down pretty low. But The other thing that they have going on right now is they do have a 35-cent bundle sale, which is pretty good. That's the best you're going to get for bundles, is at 35%. The worst thing is this is a week before, or not a week, it's about a month before the 14th anniversary comes out. Um, and then probably the next 35% is probably not going to be for a month or two after that. After that, the 14th comes out. So, but it's here now. I was pretty excited about it to see it because I've been saving up my Zen here. Um, and so and I was just thinking about some what bundles I would want and what I would spend my money on. And I kind of went through and was going through. So there are reasons on what the things I'm going to buy. So I'm actually going to get the Gamma Pack today, and there is a good reason for me getting the Gamma Pack. One is that it's even with the new Alliance ship being out, this is one of the best way to get just pure, like just a selection of pure Jem'Hadar ships. I don't think any of these are amazing, but they're good. I do like the that's the Dreadnought. So this right here, the warship. I think the warship's pretty good for a Jem'Hadar ship. Actually, looking at it, this is actually a little bit better than I thought. I remember. Yeah. So I am a fan of this ship, especially for a Jem'Hadar ship. But the other reason why is because now, if you were to buy either any of these Cardassian ships, spend a token, buy a single ship, you would be able to get the spiral waves available to be purchased. But within this pack, there is the Galler Cruiser, and the Galler Cruiser has 4 of them installed onto it, and so the spiral wave disruptors, basically the best disruptors in the game. Part of the meta for when it comes to the disruptors, and so you get the T5 Galler, you have the disruptors, and then you can even get rid of the Galler and then re-get it, and it would give you 4 more. So it's pretty high on my list of this. And so that's what I'm going to get today. I was kind of hoping that I would have enough Zen for the Dominion Legendary Bundle. And I have this on my main account. I've flown it long enough to unlock it. But basically, that's all I've done. I'm not a fan of the ship as a ship, though. Looking at it, it's probably a really good ship, but just not my. I don't like the way it looks. Is basically what it comes down to. Even though if you change it to like one of the original bug designs, but yeah, I'm just not a fan of the design, and I'm also not a fan of Raiders either. But I do like this trait though, Vanguard Specialist. So this is would be next on my list of things to purchase, but unfortunately, I did the math. I don't have enough. Even I have some stuff still waiting to be sold on the deal exchange, but even if that stuff was to sell, I still wouldn't have enough, which is sad. Hey, go ahead and refine some stuff. Yeah, so even with that, it only had me at 5,000. I think I need another 1,000 more in order to get this and the other one. I think that's what my math is. And then beyond that, I've decided on which bundles that I want to get. I think if I was to actually beyond those two, if I was going to rate another bundle to get, it'd be the 12th anniversary. I just really think the 12th anniversary is actually good. Power wise, it is better than either one of those. The first two bundles I said I'm getting first, but I'm not getting the bundles for the power wise. I'm getting for the convenience of all the other stuff. That I was talking about, but yeah, the Lexington, the Cygnus, are really good, but you really want this for the account wide unlock of SAD, which is off the Mirror Strike Wing, and that's why it's pretty high on my list too. This is the only anniversary bundle, Terran anniversary bundle, that's really high on my list to purchase as a bundle, just because of the this is more important to me as account unwide unlock than like say the what is the 13th bundle ship? The Styx. Even though Styx is basically the best tank in the game, but I don't tank. I don't feel like tanking, and so I would never get it. But yeah, so the 12th bundle, then the next group of ships I want to get is actually I keep on switching between two, so. This is a really good bundle that I want to get, and I will get at some point. And then the Klingon Captain's bundle is also really good. This is a really good intel ship for a Klingon. The problem is that when it comes to this, is that the most recent Muds bundle really just kind of just blows us out of the water for ships. Oh, hey, they brought back all the bundles again. There you go. If anybody's missing any bundles that they want to get, the bundles are back. Yeah, make some suggestions for these. So the bundles I would say are really good in here. This right here, really good. The I think this is Einstein and the Kelvin D7, really good destroyers, and it's actually a good way to get a Klingon a D7 destroyer. This one's not needed. There's the legendary ship, but yeah. So this is a really good bundle, and then the Disco Inferno choice pack. You really can't go wrong with this. These two ships, I started playing. Well, the trait on the D7 here is really good. The Disco D7. I'd honestly had never heard about it until this bundle was released, and people were like, "Oh my God, there's that ship and it's got that trait," and I'm like, "What trait?" And I got it, and oh my God, it's pretty good. I went from like on my main account, I went from 360 to 420 by adding the trait. So that's a pretty good percentage increase by adding the trait off the ship. Now, I don't by any means chase after DPS, but I do like to make things easier, and sometimes to make things easier, you need some DPS. And then I started flying the actual the Donnie, and this Donnie is actually way better than the Lego Donnie. So, yeah. So this is honestly really high on my list. There was another one here too. I think was the cruiserweight one. Yeah, the cruiserweight one. Um, uh, this is actually a decent bundle. I think these three ships down here are really good. The actually, so people like talk down about the Walker. Um, the thing about the Walker is that it is better than the legendary Walker, and uh, let me give me a second here. Let me see if I can pull the stats for the Walker up, and I'll show you. I mean, oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Typed Walker and hit enter and got Walker Texas Ranger. Make sure I have the right one. So, and then go back to ships, bundles. So here's the stats for the legendary Walker, and then when you actually compare them to this, so when people initially looked at this ship when this ship first came out, this ship looks like trash. But isomegs have severely changed things when it comes to this. Wow. Okay. Game or computer. But the so this was trash when it first came out, but isomegs have completely changed it. And so if you actually look at it, it has commander engineering, boo, ensign engineering, boo. Those are fine. You can do stuff with those. But it has a universal slot, the lieutenant universal, and then lieutenant commander tactical, which you can use, which is way better than this. The universal slot is the oh man, oh, because the science. Okay, now I remember. The science slot on this is BS. So if you want science, then yeah, it makes this better. But yeah, so by my opinion, and as much as the weight is on that, the Walker, the original Walker is better than the legendary. But um, just how things are. But the yeah, so that Muds bundle, the cruiserweight ones, yeah, could be. I like it because of the TOS faction ships, but the other ones are pretty decent. Um, Now, if you ever want to talk about some real bundles, so if you ever do, and I don't know on where you guys on the people who are watching me, if you ever have questions about which uh, starter packs to get, a lot of people suggest to get this starter pack, and it's okay as a starter pack. Don't. This is a horrible ship. This is a terrible ship. Um, Even for where this is at, the thing is, so the way the game used to be, and it's not so much anymore with T6s, but the way the game used to be is that the ships were your roles. So um, cruisers were tanks. Uh, the escorts were your DPS. Your science ships were your healers, and that were that was the roles that were assigned to them. So um, the cruisers always had a lot of engineering slots because it gives you heals and stuff like that. But the problem is that this is horrible. Even nowadays, when you take a look at a tank, a lot of tanks nowadays in the modern meta aren't about taking all the damage, even though they do take a lot of damage, but that's not their main focus for getting aggro. A lot of it's they do damage. In order for them to do damage, they need abilities that do damage to people, and so this has very bad seating for that. Matter of fact, if you're just going to level up, I would just, and you don't have any other shifts to pick, and you're leveling up through the system, I would just always suggest just to use escorts. The whole difference between an escort and a cruiser while leveling up in the tiers is not that different. So yeah. Then so don't get this. If you are gonna pick up a starter pack that you want to level up with, that's not the one I was gonna. The one I would suggest is the Temporal Agent starter pack. It has nothing to do with the Paladin. The Paladin's a fine ship. It actually has to do with the original Tier 1 Constitution. The Tier 1 Constitution comes with some beam arrays on it that are blue. They're the blue retrofit phaser banks. And the thing about the Constitution, once you have the ship, is that you can get the ship, take the beams off, discard the ship, get the ship, take the beams off, discard the ship, and you can just get as many of the beams as you want from them. And then you'd have a ship full of the classic TOS phaser banks. They're also universal or infinity ranked marked, so they will just level with you. And so if you just have a character that you just want to level up, and you haven't gotten the lifetime or the Disco Inferno, and which means so you don't have the phasers off of those. And this is a more cheaper option too. Then it just makes it so you just have some beams on it that you can just set it and forget and not have to worry about it. The rest of these bundles on here, I would never suggest for anybody to purchase. Like this one has aged out very, very poorly. You get two ships, so one's a tier 1 and one's a tier 5, and they're horrible. This one, you should just buy the Gamma Vanguard actual expansion pack. This one, there are so many ways to get this, get the T6 Malin that this is just a waste. And then same thing is with the core here, and even though I have the Elite Starters bundle on this one, same things here. There's so many ways to get the Reliant that you don't really need it to get off this bundle. But yeah, that's my opinion on bundles. I'm actually gonna get this now. I have a lot of leveling up to do now. Nailed it. So the thing about this bundle, the Vanguard bundle, is that all of the Jem'Har ships, you have to level them up on a Jem'Hadar character before you can actually get them on any other characters. But actually, the ship that I need is not the Jem'Hadar ship. Where? Oh, that's because they're not Federation. They're non-aligned ships. So I need this one because I need this trait. This is also a reason why I wanted that trait. So we're going to claim that. Actually, claim this. And claim this. And then the fact that you get 3 intel ships on this is also the reason why I want to get the Dominion Captains bundle. And unfortunately, where am I setting at? Yeah. So I think I am pretty sure now 1,000 short of the Dominion bundle. Wherever you are. Actually, a little bit more than 1,000. 1,100 short. Not going to get that anytime soon, unfortunately. I had recently gone through and leveled up a whole bunch of characters. If you're kind of curious on how I get my dilithium on this account, this is a free-to-play account. I have characters that I level up and level them all up. And then once I get them to 65, and you also need like 500,000 expertise, over 500,000 expertise, I go through and I do the reputation, and I use the dilithium you get from reputation to get Zen. It's time consuming though. That is the problem. It is time consuming. I would not wish it on my worst enemy sometimes. And I think right now I'm kind of burnt out on leveling up those characters, so I'm going to have to wait for a double EXP week or something. But that's neither here nor there, so let's go ahead and get my ships. I did not name these, did I? I don't remember what they're even called, too. Let us pull the store up. So I have no originality in my ship naming ways, so change this filter back. So Gimor. And then this is the Science Dreadnought. That's the Damar. Alright. But we are going to do this one. And we're going to ready the ship. I am really excited about getting this trait. Just about as excited as I got when I got the 10th anniversary for this account. Vengeance Ryu. Pull all this stuff off. And if you're curious on why I'm pulling this off manually like this, it's only because of the way the system does, like, removes stuff off of your inventory. Makes it bad. Actually, I need to move this up down here. What are the tactical slots on that? I just realized something. I might actually not have a another decent hanger pet. I think this is the only ship where I've actually had hanger pets on. How much? I may have to make a stop at the fleet. I need to change those out anyway to something better. Don't need you. Don't need you. Definitely don't need you. Move you off to the side. don't need you on my ship either. Alright. I will take this time as I'm clicking through here and putting this stuff back on here. If you do like what you see, go ahead and hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You'll be notified when I stream again. I need to... How many do I have? 3. Perfect. I thought I had more than that, but apparently I don't. It's going to make leveling up some of these pretty difficult. Uh-oh. I don't have any isomegs on this character, so this is going to be entertaining. I need to pull up a list now. I haven't really thought about that last universal slot for a while, and that's what I'm going through. Ordnance. There we go. Nailed it. Let's go ahead and head over to the fleet real quick. Started using the Mir Valkyries recently because I had the other flight deck carrier, and I have been enjoying it, to be honest. So I need to go to the main Starfleet base. Just doing some side stuff here. Where you at? Run over here. I should actually, do I have what actually do I have? Well, I don't even have enough never mind. Well, well. I know I have more dilithium. Do I want to burn the dilithium that I have? Let's see. Do I show that I have Valkyrie fighters here? Let's get some Todush. Let's make it real confusing. Alright, now we set my stations. Oh, hey, I remembered why I don't like this ship. The seating on this is horrendous. Alright. That's my primary. Watcher. Actually, ISIS. Oh yeah, the seating on this is horrendous. Fly it long enough to unlock everything and never fly it again. Wow. Alright, well. Watcher Hathor. What do you have here? Spread. Alright. Alright, I am gonna go AFK for a moment. I'm right back. I sure did. I sure did. Don't you hate it when you talk to yourself for like 4 minutes? Happens all the time when I'm sitting there doing stuff. Thanks, Chucky. Professional. So I need to get some traits. Really hoping that they come out with some. I really hope they come out with some of the bridge officer tokens here soon. Actually, come to think of it, I think I might have used bridge officer tokens on some characters. Let's check skills. You look like you had bridge officer tokens. You look like you had bridge officers. Maybe I should just do that. So assuming. Should be Scavin. God, the seating's so bad. And then Tarsi. Oh yeah, probably should just did this to begin with. And then who is my I don't remember who. Oh, Yasmin. Yasmin, you are going to be tactical team. You know, I'd rather have Chemosite than spread, so we'll go with that. We're going to go. Those are correct. Ox the Bat. God. So here's the wonderful thing about Lobby ships. You don't need Lobby for them. You just need EC. And Lobby ships tend to be pretty cheap on the exchange. Though you may need to play the game of the exchange, so it does require a little bit of patience sometimes. But yeah, that's the reason why when it comes to the event campaign, I highly suggest not to get Lobby with the event campaign. Matter of fact, with the event campaign, if there's ever a ship that you're interested in on the event campaign, always check the exchange first and see if it's worth just grinding out EC for it. Because a lot of these, like these 200,000 stuff like this, these are all Lobby ships. Matter of fact, this Usoc is NX was actually pretty cheap. The last time I was in here, the NX is 230 million. And I'm trying to remember. I think the problem with the NX, and one of the reasons why the NX is so cheap, is that I really do think that the legendary is a lot better than it. As a pilot. What are your stats? NX. Oops. apparently don't have this here. So this is yeah, I think the legendary is better than this, but well, all right. So there are actually a lot of ways to get EC, and a lot of it has to do with playing the exchange, the game of the exchange. So, uh, my way of getting to lithium, as I was explaining earlier, is that I make characters that uh, that I basically go through and I will level up to 65. I understand the theme build, by the way. Back when the NX class was first introduced to the game, I did the exact same thing, and then was sad because I couldn't play it after level 10. But um, so basically, what I'll do is I'll go through and I will level up a character so that I can go through and do reputation. And then I'll use the lithium that I get from the reputation, and I'll transfer it over to my main character. Once I get 250,000 lithium, excuse me. Once I get 250,000 dilithium, I put it on the dilithium exchange, get some Zen out of it, and that's how I get Zen on this account. It's time consuming. It's a grind, but it's basically the most honest way of getting dilithium in the game. But the benefit of it is that when you do this, you will get a ton of fleet marks, which you can then trade in for fleet credits. And then once you get to those fleet credits, depending on the level of your fleet, so like this one is not maxed out, but it's up there. This fleet that I'm in, and so you want to be in a maxed out fleet, unfortunately, but you can find ways to get into a maxed out fleet. Especially if you're in a good armada, like that are willing to allow you to jump your characters around. But then once you're ready to get rid of the character, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the legendary is better than the low B one, but I mean it's all personal opinion, I guess. But once you get to where you're ready to get rid of the character, or even before that, you can go to the fleet. And there's a guy in the fleet that sells bridge officers, or not bridge officers, but duty officers. And so, and this is what I suggest for anybody. So you'll just go to your fleet. On the Klingon fleet, the guy's literally right next to the the teleporter pad, but this guy's a little bit across the way. If the game will ever load up. Are you're talking about the tier one, the tier 1X? Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's by no means better. Not even close to being better than the tier 6 NX refit. So if you come to this guy right here, this personal officer, they sell duty officers. Hey, I can actually purchase duty officers. Well, that just makes it easier. So you just buy them. And then uh, you'll get them so that you'll get a whole stack of boxes here, and you just basically open them, and then I transfer them over to another character. I just there's a mailbox right here, and so I transfer them over to another character through my mailbox, and then I sell them on that character. And they can go anywhere from 400,000 to several million, depending on what officers you have. And you basically would just do that. And so the EC that I currently have right now, the 200 and I think a 240, whatever it was, on my main character, that is all from from doing this, selling stuff, leveling up those characters to get the dilithium. With the dilithium, or with the extra marks, getting fleet credit and buying duty officers and selling them on the exchange. And it's literally the easiest way to do it, to get EC in order for you to buy stuff. I don't spend the 15 minutes on doing the tour of the galaxy. Mainly because tour of the galaxy, to get enough EC out of that, you really do have to build a ship in order to do that, and it takes 15 minutes. So that's 15 minutes of your day to make EC, and this way you're going to get EC by doing stuff that you're already doing. So you're not dedicating time to make EC. The other thing is that if you have a lot of ships that you've purchased, I don't on this account. I just have the bare minimums for this account. But if you have a lot of ships, you can do Admiralties. Admiralties, you get a lot of dilithium and you get a lot of EC. Though they have been making some changes to that, so because Cryptic knows that you can get a lot of EC and a lot of dilithium through the Admiralty system, so they've made changes where you can't anymore. But that is also another way. But that requires you to have invested some into the game when it comes to like actual Zen, or a lot of time. But yeah, I'm just gonna reset these since I'm sitting there staring at them. This character is almost towards the end of its life, as with the fact that I've basically only have a couple of these things I'm still doing. Go back to my main character. I mean, yeah, 7 million per day, but 7 million per day, is that on one character, or do you have to do that on multiple characters? Because I've heard the maximum you can do with the tour of the galaxy is, or get through one tour of the galaxy, is 1 million. So if you're doing it on 7 characters, that's 7 times 15, which is almost 2 hours. Where in 2 hours, leveling up a character, multi-tune, yeah. Leveling up a character, you can get several levels of experience in those 2 hours that you're spending. And so I just recently had 10 characters that I turned in. And that's where I made the 240 million off of. Yeah. A lot of things that you do is all based upon how much time you actually want to spend doing it. And that's just true with any grind. Grindy just thing that you're doing. So yeah, so this full 250 million, this was from selling duty officers on the exchange from characters that were no longer going to be used. So let me check my stations again. Those are all doable. Try to unlock this trait. Probably going to call it after I unlock this trait. Though I do appreciate those who have joined. Yeah, so there are a couple ways around that. Because leveling can be slow. Now, if you have a lifetime, you do get a 5% bonus on everything. I came up here to set my bar, but I'm gonna. So during the first contact event, which happens in April, that event you can get badges, or you can get experience boosts, and you can just go through farm with all your characters. So this is 2 years worth right here that I've done and I've farmed. I'm not going to farm any this year because I have over 300 of them. But you just farm them. They are account bound, so you can just put them in your bank. And so like when I'm leveling up those characters, I'll pop 3 on those characters, and that'll get me up to my 500,000 expertise I need. And that's understandable in a lifetime. Lifetime's expensive, and a lifetime is an investment. Though I have 2 accounts with lifetime, I think the quality of life bonuses you get from having the lifetime are worth it. At least they were for me when I bought the lifetime subscriptions. Now I wouldn't suggest for anybody to, or at least I would suggest if someone's thinking about getting a lifetime when it's on sale, only when it's on sale, to really consider on what that effect is on you financially, and if you really think you're going to be playing the game long enough to gain the benefits of the lifetime. Because if you don't think you're going to be getting spending enough time to get the benefits, then it's definitely not worth it. Yeah, a bunch of XP pools. And you get those for doing the event during the first contact. And if you get a chance to do them, and if you're not leveling up like a bunch of characters, you can get every amount of those that you need within a year. One event. Because I think the first year I did it, I got I think 100 of them, and 100 of them will get you by pretty fast. That doesn't go there; it goes here. Time to set the bar. God, I feel awkward not having that Omega on my bar. The XP pools stack up to 99. I'm not sure the anniversary event has them. It's the first contact event that has them. Um, First contact events in April. Uh, Generally about, oh man, the middle of April is when it starts. They also generally have a recruitment event during that period too. Matter of fact, actually, they should have a recruitment event coming up here soon too, next week, because generally the Klingon event happens during the anniversary event. Doesn't mean that's what they're going to do this year, but ever since a Klingon recruit had been introduced, they had the Klingon event, or the Klingon recruit during the anniversary event. Anniversary does it in the emote box. I'm not actually sure in what you mean, Trekkie. These are wrong. I need to reset those. That's not how I want that. This needs to be emergency power to weapons. This can be emergency power. Shields apparently have. Sure, let's put a random debuff in here. Alright. Ah, that song in my head. Thanks, game. Let me humming Let It Go for the rest of my day. What the heck? See, I'm just not a fan of the Omega minigame. It is a grind. Much the same as the Tour of the Galaxy. Uh, I'll go back to my statement: is whenever you're doing something, you have to choose on how much time you want to spend doing it. And I really don't want to spend all that much time um, running around the galaxy looking for omega particles. Even if the Wolf 359 is a 15-minute TFO, I would still rather do Wolf 359 two times than run around the galaxy looking for omega particles. Even though collecting them gives you upgrades, but even those upgrades aren't worth running around the galaxy looking for the omega particles. It's just personal preference on me, and I'm honestly not a fan of the. I'm not a fan of that minigame, unfortunately. feel... Oh, no, that's the reason why. I didn't have... So that can go there. Let's see. Why the heck do I have 2 hazard emitters? That means that I put something on here below or above the hazard emitters and then put hazard emitters there first. That makes sense. I put this here. Yeah. All of those are I mean, so a lot of that stuff. So I know people who collect the party horns, and so they have to do the Omega particle thing at least once per year, so they could get the horn. Unfortunately, it's still it's still. I'm missing my tactical. This is what tactical fleet. So I need a tactical initiative. Put that there. Is there? Oh, that's. I definitely lost something with there, but that's okay. Let's put vulnerability sweep down here. But yeah, again, all personal preference, but it's the amount of time it takes you to do the Omega is not worth the rewards that they give you. I think I tried it last year to do the Omega. Like I really was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get these done, and then it started bugging out where it didn't give you any rewards after you did it, and then after that I just kind of just gave up and just didn't really care anymore. Disable visuals. Disable visuals. Go ahead and save this. And let's see if we can one-shot unlock the trait. My favorite place to unlock traits is search and or rescue and search. Yeah, if your loadout gets really whacked out, then you have to delete it and resave it. That unfortunately is the only thing you can do. Also, switching ships will jack up your loadout. Especially if you switch ships in space, if you use a switch ship icon. It depends on which account. If you talk about this account, the one I'm currently on, it's Bob the Worm free to play.
Good to see you, my friend. As you can see, I'm in the...
It is
We can ponder.
Hey there, Augie. Welcome to my stream. This character is technically not my main. My main is actually on an actual paid account. This is my free-to-play account that I actually probably spend more time on because it's free-to-play. My main account... I have my...
Klingon vessels are warping into your position.
Yeah, but my main account is just you remove the free to play. uh,
Thank you for coming to our aid.
actually, uh, I think my main account you just remove the free to play. You remove the free to play in numbers. That's how old that account is.
Under. That's one less rift to worry about. Let's regroup and remark.
Bad news, I'm afraid. Klingons are approaching our position.
Now it's the destruction fun. I'm happy to get it. I'm actually not a fan of the seating, Augie, on this, but I mean, I'll be happy to get the trade unlocked. Yeah, I've been saving up my Zen for this, and actually I know that Agala is faster. The thing is that I've been using this. I use it for a couple reasons. So I kind of use it as for the pacing. So I know how good, because I generally don't do parsing, but I go off on how well the ship handles the everything. So like generally, like right now, I had some ships that were flying off doing their own thing. This account's actually a little bit different, but on my main account, if I was seeing that, I would use it as a mark against the actual ship. But that's the reason why I actually use this one. I would have to also actually have to learn Argala because I don't know where all the ships come in by heart. So like this one, I know that if I set right here, I can just click buttons and not really do much. I am pretty confident though I unlocked the trade on this. Nailed it. Alright, time to clean up my trash. Alright, what do I need for Dyson? So how are you doing tonight, Augie? Hopefully things are going good for you today. Also, Trekkie, if you want to know another way to get EC, spending 10 minutes in a patrol like this with all this trash will get you about 300,000 EC. That's another good way to collect DC.
I think that was the last indeed.
Perfect. So excited to get this trait. This has been a long time coming. Now I just got to save up for the Dominion captain so I can get the Vanguard specialist. Yeah, so I was just short by about uh, 1,100 of getting the bug, the legendary bug. It is the next ship on my list of things I want to get. Um, so this was my list of things that I was eyeing. Um, so I got this for the Kardashian ships, the Dominion ships, the spiral waves on account unlock, all that stuff. Uh, that's why I got that one. Um, and then my next one I'm going to work towards is the legendary bug. Um, and then 12th, and then depending on what day of the week it is, I switch between these two. I also don't know what's in the 14th yet, so I'm not exactly sure on how the 14th is. But yeah, getting the bug so I can actually do a good surgical strikes. Also, my main ship on this character is the Vengeance, and so I kind of, what the heck is that stuff? So I kind of want to get the surgical strikes going on that one also. Just all requires time on a free-to-play account. All right. Yeah. So the the legendary bug does come from the Dominion Captain's bundle, um, which is disappointing in everything except for the trait on it. The trait is required for most builds, and it's the only thing that sells that bundle. All right, definitely got that sold, or got that finished. So yeah, so here is my normal ship. And that means I can adjust the traits on here. I actually wanted that. This is what I don't want. Where'd you go? Calm before the storm. I'm getting up there. My traits are starting to look good. All right. Well, everybody, my wife 2 hours ago said dinner would probably be ready in about 2 hours. So I think I'm going to close it out for today. If you have liked what you see, go hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. You're notified when I stream or post a video again. I do appreciate everybody who's come out and hung out with me today. Thank you for joining me today, Augie. I do appreciate that too. Trekkie, I hope you have a good day, and see you guys next time. Bye.